Hiya folks, how you doing? It's James, JT at the movies, and I hope you don't mind me taking just a few moments of your time just to have a little bit of a natter about a side project that I've got going on with a really good friend of mine. Anyone who's been around for a while will have heard me mention my good mate Phil Graham. He has got a YouTube channel, though I don't know that it's going to be something he's going to be actively pursuing going forward. However, me and him have been mates for well over a decade and have been racking our brains as to how we can do something collaboratively and express our mutual love for movies, because we're both absolute film nerds. And the idea's been sort of rattling around for the longest time to do a podcast. And we actually started just before Christmas. We're 4 episodes in, doing one every 2 weeks. We're at time of recording this video, the day before doing a Zoom call to record our 5th episode, which is going to be a 007 special, and we'll kind of nicely link into what I've been doing on the channel here with the debriefing 007 stuff. But anyway, the podcast is called Lost in His Own Museum, and the title is derived from the third Indiana Jones film, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and there's a bit of a back and forth between Indy and his dad, played by Sean Connery, where they're talking about a character who reckons they know something, but in actual fact they're a bit of a buffoon, and the phrase "he got lost in his own museum" is thrown around. And when we said we wanted to come up with a podcast, we wanted to come up with a really obscure title for it, that if you know, you know, but if you didn't know, it just sounded a bit daft and maybe a bit intriguing. The general idea of our podcast is that we'll take a film, we'll spend maybe 20 minutes, half an hour talking about that film, doing a bit of a review, maybe giving some behind the scenes sort of bits of info and our thoughts and opinions on it as we would watch them. Preferably we'd watch them together, but obviously with the lockdown we've not been able to do that. The first episode we were able to watch together, and then they put us back into lockdown, so we've done the rest over the internet, and sort of done it over Zoom, and then I've recorded my audio, Phil's recorded his, and we talk about the film. We then pose some questions to our listeners to open up a second debate, and then maybe spend half an hour or so talking about the questions that we've posed. And then the last section, the last 20 minutes, half an hour or so, is spent answering any questions that any listeners might send in to us, be they movie related or not, and we don't mind how daft they are or what they are. We'll do our best to answer them and have a bit of a natter. It's a real loose format, and we're having a lot of fun doing it. And it's just two mates having a natter about films. There's been no real sort of theme or overarching sort of message to promote with it. Like I say, it's just two blokes that love films and collecting movies and basically just having a natter about that. It's available to listen to on Spotify, on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, all your usual places. But we have also set up a YouTube channel, which myself and Phil are managing for it, called Lost in His Own Museum. I shall pop a link up above, and please feel free to drop that a like and a subscribe, because we will post the episodes there the same day that they come out on all the other streaming services as well. There might also be the occasional video special where we'll film ourselves doing the podcast, or maybe do some behind the scenes things. It's very much a project that Phil's sort of taking the lead on, and then I'm obviously sort of second in command with that one, as this channel, JT at the Movies, is very much my sort of passion piece and my baby, if you will. But it's something that I'm thrilled to be a part of, and like I say, folks, I just wanted to take a couple of moments of your time just to let you know that it's something that I'm doing as well as. So if you're enjoying what I'm doing here, and you fancy having a listen to a podcast that I'm involved in, then think about subscribing to us on YouTube, checking us out on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts. I'm assured by Phil that we are on every major podcast supplier. It's free to listen to, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to just be a little bit cheeky and let you know about another project that I'm involved in. So thanks very much if you've listened. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers, folks.